Ryan's office revenge. My head was killing me at 4 a.m. when I woke up to check the Pentagon files one more time. Been getting these migraines a lot lately. Too much stress, too much coffee, not enough real food. But I couldn't ignore it. The DoD contract renewal was make or break for us, and I'm the only guy who knows how to deal with Pentagon red tape. Name's Russell Crawford. I'm 49. Been keeping this defense company legal for 25 years. Started on the shop floor right after my Army stint. Worked my way up to Senior Manufacturing Operations Director. That morning I'm sitting in the conference room with lukewarm coffee, praying these damn fluorescent lights would quit buzzing when Jordan Phillips walks in. Kid doesn't walk. He struts. Jordan's got that scary confidence you see in guys who read business books, but never actually ran anything. He's 32, wears $1,000 suits, and carries a laser pointer like it's some kind of magic wand. I'd spent hours getting ready for this meeting, color-coded, binders, all the DoD paperwork sorted, ready to explain why I got to fly to Washington and sit in Pentagon basements for a week. These aren't cocktail parties. They're 12-hour days arguing with procurement officers who can shut us down with one signature. But I never got to open that binder. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jordan announces with this fake smile. Clicks his pointer, and the screen lights up. Operational fat trimming. Under that, some clip art scissors cutting $. And under that, in big red letters, Legacy Travel and Entertainment. Been looking at the books, Jordan says, pacing around like he's giving a TED Talk. Gotta say, I'm shocked. We got senior people treating compliance like it's their personal travel agency. We're not paying for DC vacations here. Room goes dead quiet. Not regular quiet. That heavy silence when everyone knows somebody's about to get destroyed. I freeze up, hand halfway to my coffee. Look around the table at 15 department heads I've worked with for 20 years. They know I spend my vacations in Pentagon basements until my eyes bleed, reading 300-page security manuals that could bankrupt us if I miss one detail. Nobody looks at me. They're all staring at their phones, their notebooks, anywhere but at the guy getting publicly executed. Russell, Jordan says. And now his voice changes. Goes from fake friendly to target lock. The annual Washington trip. It's done. Canceled. We're going digital first. It's 2025, man. If you can't handle it over Zoom, it's not worth doing. Jordan, I say, surprised my voice stays steady with this hammer pounding in my skull. Pentagon renewals aren't Zoom meetings. DoD requires physical verification of security protocols. It's in the regs. No trip, no clearance. No clearance, no manufacturing. He actually laughs. Not a real laugh. One of those dismissive sounds that makes your skin crawl. That's old-school thinking, Russell. Legacy mindset holding us back. Had Madison research? It's just paperwork. Fill it out, email it, done. We don't need to blow $8,000 so you can play tourist in DC. That hit like a punch to the gut. He's not just questioning my budget, he's calling me a thief. Saying 25 years of missed dinners, holidays in airport lounges, the pure hell of keeping our security clearances active in an industry where one mistake means bankruptcy. Saying all that was just me scamming free trips. The migraine spikes behind my right eye. I look at this kid and realize he doesn't care about regulations. Doesn't care about risk. He wants a win to show the board, and I'm his target. Okay, I whisper. What's that? Jordan cups his ear like some kind of theater act. I said okay. Louder this time. I close my binder. Snap echoes like a gunshot. If that's your call, Jordan, I'll follow orders. Walking back to my desk feels like a death march. Can feel everyone watching, whispers starting the second I pass the break room. Did you hear? Jordan just torched. Russell. No more DC trips, but he's been doing that run since the 90s. Keep my head up. Won't let them see my hands shaking. Get to my desk, pop 2 Advil with cold coffee. Then I log into the travel system. Cancel trip Washington, D.C., June 12 to 19. Reason? Administrative directive. Computer asks, non-refundable deposit. Sure about this? Click yes. Hey, Russell. Turn around. It's Danny from accounting. Good kid. Brings donuts Fridays. He's looking at me like I'm roadkill. Heard what happened. You okay? Jordan's just trying to make his mark, you know? I'm fine, Danny. I lie. New boss, new rules. We all adapt. But isn't that clearance really important? Remember last year when you were stressed about the security audit for months? Sure is important, I say, turning back to my screen. But Jordan's decided to streamline things. Thinks Madison can handle it. Danny's eyes go wide. Madison? Dude, she asked me yesterday how to turn a PDF into Word. She thought fiscal year was a clothing brand. She'll learn, I say, keeping my voice flat. Open email, start typing to Madison, CC Jordan Phillips. Subject, Washington DoD renewal handover. Madison, per Jordan's directive about cutting legacy travel, here are the Pentagon files. Attached, submission data, contact info, renewal forms. Deadline is June 17th. DoD doesn't mess around with deadlines. Confirm you got this. Russell. Hit send, watch it disappear into cyberspace. Small move, but feels like lighting a fuse. Jordan wants efficiency. I'll give him efficiency. Look at my calendar. June 17th, circled in red marker from 6 months ago. The drop-dead date. In defense work, missing regulatory deadlines isn't like late homework. It's nuclear. Means frozen contracts, hourly fines, maybe plant closure affecting 150 jobs. Jordan thinks he just humiliated me. Thinks he stripped away my power. But he forgot something every old-timer knows. Never fire the guy who knows where the bodies are buried. Next few weeks were like watching a train wreck in slow motion, while Jordan's running around hosting innovation sessions and hanging up posters that say disrupt or die. I'm stuck counting safety equipment in the supply room. My new job, tracking how many hard hats we use per month and whether we're buying too much coffee. I do it with the same attention I used to give Pentagon security protocols. Count every hard hat, calculate average glove usage per guy per day, make spreadsheets analyzing coffee pod consumption. But while I'm playing inventory manager with my left hand, my right hand's building something else. See, I know Jordan's type. Met plenty of guys like him at airport bars. All talk about their startups while their credit cards get declined. He's all flash, no substance. He thinks because he handed the Pentagon renewal to Madison, it's handled. Doesn't realize compliance isn't a one-time thing. It's ongoing maintenance, like keeping a machine running. I walk past Madison's desk 2 weeks before deadline. Poor kid's drowning under a pile of invoices, computer screen covered in sticky notes, on the phone sounding panicked. I don't know what a security clearance verification number is, she's saying, twirling her hair. Can't we just use the regular company login? I stop cold. That sentence is pure horror. Using regular company credentials for DoD security verification would trigger an immediate audit, like trying to pay your taxes with monopoly money. Every instinct screams at me to jump in, fix it, save the day like always. But then I look up at Jordan's glass office. He's laughing into his headset, feet up on his desk, living his best life. Sees me standing near Madison, and his face goes hard. Taps his watch, points toward the supply closet. Back to your counting, Russell. The tension in my shoulders just melts away. I let out a long breath. Good luck, Madison, I whisper, and keep walking. That afternoon, I start what I call my insurance policy. Can't trust company servers. Jordan's got admin access, can delete emails, change logs. When this goes south, and it's definitely going south, he'll need a fall guy. Guess who that's gonna be? I bring in my own gear. Little encrypted drive, size of a thumb, hidden in my toolbox. Start copying everything. The email where Jordan strips me of the Pentagon job. The handover confirmation where I sent Madison all the files. Meeting invites for Q3 defense strategy, where suddenly my name's missing from the attendee list. Then I find the gold mine. 3 automated warnings from the DoD portal sent to the main compliance inbox that I still have read-only access to. Action required, 14 days to expiration. Action required, 7 days to expiration. Urgent. Missing documents. Madison opened all 3. I can see the timestamps. Then she moved them to a folder called To Do Later. I screenshot everything. Save the logs showing who opened what and when. Download the metadata. Feel like some kind of spy in my own workplace. Russell, Jordan's voice booms across the office one afternoon. How's that inventory audit coming? I turn around slow. He's standing there with a couple junior sales guys, putting on a show. Report's done, Jordan, I say, sliding a printed document across my desk. We're over-ordering 2-ply toilet paper in the executive bathroom. Recommend switching to single-ply to match your cost-cutting goals. Sales guys snicker. Jordan's smile flickers for just a second before he recovers. Great stuff, Russell. See, everyone contributes. Grabs my report, tosses it on a pile of unread mail without looking. By the way, Madison tells me the Pentagon thing's under control, says the portal's user-friendly. Guess we didn't need that 2-week vacation in D.C. after all. Good to hear, I say. Pentagon efficiency is legendary. Exactly. He's beaming, missing the sarcasm completely. We're saving the company a fortune. You'll thank me when bonus checks come out. I'm sure I will, I say, turning back to my screen. Date in the corner shows June 16th. Tomorrow's the deadline. The bomb's armed, and Jordan's dancing right on top of it. June 17th comes and goes like a ghost. I wear my lucky work shirt that day, same one I wore to my first Pentagon meeting 25 years ago. Get to work at 7:00 a.m. sharp, make my coffee, sit at my desk, watch Madison. She's busy planning the office summer party, scrolling through Pinterest for tiki bar decorations. Doesn't log into the DoD portal. Doesn't print any confirmation certificates. Doesn't even glance at her computer. Business day in D.C. closes at 11:00 a.m. our time. At 11:01 a.m. I take a sip of my coffee. It's done. Our clearance just expired. Technically, every component we manufacture is now unauthorized. Every shipment sitting in warehouses just became contraband in Uncle Sam's eyes. I wait for sirens, flashing lights, something. But nothing happens. See, bureaucracy doesn't explode like in movies. It's poison gas. Silent, invisible, deadly. Systems don't crash immediately. Takes time for the bad news to travel through the system. But the fines? Those start ticking the second that clock hits 0. Wednesday passes quiet. Thursday too. Jordan's walking around like he just won the lottery, bragging to anyone who'll listen about the $8,000 he saved on travel expenses. Friday's when it starts. Miguel Santos, our logistics manager, frowning at his computer screen, types something, pauses, frowns deeper, hits refresh, picks up his phone, dials, listens, hangs up, walks over to the IT help desk looking confused. Hey, is the VPN down for DC? Can't get into the DoD shipping portal. VPN's running fine, IT guy says without looking up from his sandwich. Try clearing your browser cache. Already did. Getting error 4403. Access forbidden. My coffee cup freezes halfway to my mouth. Error 4403. That's not a technical glitch. That's the system telling you you're not authorized to be here anymore. 10 minutes later, Miguel's phone rings. He picks up and his face goes white as a sheet. What do you mean, impounded? He says. No, that can't be right. The paperwork's good. We just renewed. He puts the call on hold, stands up, starts scanning the office like he's looking for a life preserver. His eyes lock onto Jordan's glass office. Takes off running. I watch the whole thing through the glass walls. Miguel's waving his arms around, talking fast. Jordan looks annoyed first, then confused, waves his hand like he's shooing away a fly. Miguel points at his phone. That's when Jordan finally picks up his own receiver. I see the exact moment Jordan hears the news. His whole body changes, goes from cocky lean back to straight up rigid, starts typing on his computer like his life depends on it. Moment later, he storms out of his office. "Madison!" Jordan barks. Madison jumps, spills her iced coffee all over her desk. "Yeah, what's up? The Pentagon clearance? Did you get the confirmation code?" "The what?" Madison blinks like he's speaking Chinese. "Oh, the renewal thingy. Yeah, I submitted the form last week or whatever. Where's the confirmation?" Jordan's voice is getting tight. DOD says our clearance number's invalid. I think it's in my email somewhere. I sent the PDF, and it said, received. That means it worked, right? Find it. Now. Jordan spins around, sees me watching the whole show, marches over to my desk like he's about to start throwing punches. "Russell," he says, and for the first time there's panic in his voice. "We got a glitch with the DOD portal. Miguel says a shipment got stopped. I need you to log in and fix it." I look at him, fold my hands nice and calm. "Can't do that, Jordan." "What do you mean you can't? You're the senior operations director." "Was," I correct him. "Right now I'm inventory auditor. Plus you killed my access. March 15th, you had it remove my credentials from all external portals. Said it was a security risk having legacy users with active keys. I literally can't log in even if I wanted to." Jordan's staring at me, like I just told him his house is on fire. "Well, call them then. Call your Pentagon contact." "Can't do that either," I say. "Colonel Martinez retired 3 months ago. New guy's Lieutenant Wesley. Never met him because, well, I didn't go to Washington." "Russell, this isn't some game," he snaps, face turning red. "Fix this mess." "I'm not playing games, Jordan," I say, voice going hard as steel. "I'm following your orders. You gave this job to someone else. You specifically told me to butt out. If I start making calls now for a department I don't run anymore, on a clearance I didn't renew, that's fraud. That what you want me to do?" He takes a step back like I slapped him. Looks at Miguel still holding that phone, then at Madison who's now crying at her desk, then back at me. "Fine," he spits. "I'll handle this myself." Storms back to his office, slams the door so hard the glass rattles. I watch him grab his phone. Know exactly what's happening. He's calling the main DOD number, gonna get transferred around for hours, hit automated menus he can't navigate without proper credentials. By Monday morning, the glitch turned into full-blown catastrophe. Weekend was brutal. I know because bad news travels fast in this business. Pentagon operates East Coast time, 3 hours ahead of us. By the time Jordan drags himself into work Monday, DOD officials been awake half the day, and they're pissed. Office feels like a funeral home. Dead quiet, except for frantic typing and scared whispers. "Total lockout," I hear the VP of Sales whisper by the water cooler. "Defense Department suspended our entire contract list. Can't guarantee compliance anymore." "How bad?" someone asks. $250,000 a day in penalties. That's just the fines. We got $12 million worth of components sitting in unauthorized storage. Around 10 a.m., here comes the call. "Russell." Jordan's voice sounds like he's been gargling gravel. Hasn't slept in 3 days by the look of him. Shirt wrinkled, eyes bloodshot. Hair messed up. Conference room. Now. Conference room's packed. Patrick Sullivan, our CEO. Rachel Walsh, company lawyer. Kevin Brooks, CFO. And Jordan, looking like he's about to face a firing squad. "Sit down, Russell," Sullivan says. His voice could cut glass. "We got a situation," Sullivan starts. "Our DOD clearance expired. Pentagon flagged our whole operation as non-compliant. We got 3 shipments of critical components sitting in limbo, and were bleeding $250,000 every single day. He pauses, lets that number sink in like a punch to the gut. Jordan here tells me this was a handover failure, Sullivan continues, staring daggers. Claims you didn't give Madison the right access codes and contact info. Says you sabotaged the transition. My eyes snap to Jordan. Kid staring at the table, jaw clenched, won't look at me. He's really going for it, trying to pin this whole mess on me. Says you were uncooperative, Rachel adds, reading from her notes. Withheld critical information to undermine new management. That true, Russell? Sullivan asks. Don't answer right away. Reach into my toolbox, pull out that little silver drive. Set it right in the middle of the table like I'm laying down a royal flush. Mr. Sullivan, I say, voice calm and steady. I worked here 25 years. Never missed a deadline. Never failed an inspection. That's ancient history, Russell. Jordan jumps in, finding his voice. We're talking about now. You set Madison up to fail because you couldn't handle change. I knew she'd fail. I cut him off, voice sharp enough to cut steel. That's why I sent her this. Plug the drive into the conference room laptop. Screen lights up, projects onto the wall right behind Jordan. Document A, I say, clicking the first file. Projects right up on the wall behind Jordan. Same wall where he humiliated me a month ago. Email from Russell Crawford to Madison Torres, CC Jordan Phillips. Date March 15th. Subject: Pentagon DoD renewal handover. Attached: all submission data, contact info, forms. Deadline June 17th. DoD doesn't mess around. Confirm receipt. Sent her everything, I say. Templates, contacts, previous filings. CC'd you, Jordan. Jordan shifts in his chair like it's on fire. Okay, so you sent an email. Doesn't mean you helped her. Document B. Click the next file. Screenshot of our Slack conversation. Russell. Madison, got questions on the Pentagon stuff? Deadline's coming up. Madison. Jordan said don't bug you with legacy crap. We got this. Jordan replies. Russell, stick to inventory. Leave DoD strategy to the pros. Room goes dead silent. Sullivan leans forward, squinting at the screen. You told her to ignore Russell? I meant she shouldn't be micromanaged, Jordan stammers. Didn't want her second-guessing herself. Document C. Pull up the IT records. Ticket 4992. Remove Russell Crawford from DoD admin access. Requested by Jordan Phillips. Priority high. You locked me out, I say, turning to face Jordan. Physically blocked me from checking on the renewal. If I'd tried to log in last week to save our bacon, system would have rejected me. You built the wall, Jordan. Just didn't realize you were trapping yourself inside. Rachel's reading the screen like it's written in blood. Jordan, you really cut off our senior compliance guy from the compliance system? It was a security upgrade, Jordan yells, sweat beading on his forehead. We were streamlining access protocols. And finally, I say, going for the kill shot. Document D. Open the PDF. Warning letter from DoD dated 2 weeks ago. This went to our main inbox. Madison opened it June 2nd, filed it under random stuff. Says right here, failure to renew by June 17th results in immediate suspension of all manufacturing privileges. I sit back in my chair. Didn't sabotage anything, Mr. Sullivan. Just followed orders. You told me my methods were expensive and old-fashioned, called my trips vacations, told me to step aside. So I did. Problem isn't that I didn't do my job. Problem is, Jordan thought my job was easy. Sullivan stares at the screen, then at Jordan. Not angry. Something way worse. Look of a man realizing he hired a fraud. Jordan, Sullivan says, real quiet. Explain to me why we're losing $250,000 a day because you wanted to save $8,000 on airfare. Jordan opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. Looks like a fish flopping on dry dock. I can fix this, Jordan chokes out. Just need some time, maybe hire consultants. You can't fix it, I say, because you don't know the protocol. Everyone's staring at me now. DoD emergency reset needs a master key issued 5 years ago in Washington. Not on any computer, not in the cloud, not something you can Google. Where is it? Sullivan asks, desperation creeping in. In my head, I say, and partly in a safety deposit box at First National Bank in Arlington. Needs my fingerprint to open. Silence hits like a bomb going off. Jordan slumps in his chair. Finally gets it. He didn't just lose a contract. He handed me a loaded gun and watched me aim it at his career. Let me get this straight, Sullivan says, voice dangerous. You fired the only guy who can fix this. Canceled the trip that would have prevented it. Then lied to the board about having backup plans. I didn't know about the bank thing, Jordan whimpers. Nobody told me. It was in the emergency protocols binder, I say smooth as silk. The red one you had Madison scan and shred because physical files are dead weight. Sullivan closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. When he opens them, Jordan might as well be furniture. Get out. You're done. Security will escort you. We can still salvage this, Jordan tries one last time. Get hackers. Reverse engineer the system. Get out! Sullivan slams the table. Jordan jumps like he got electrocuted, stumbles to the door, leaves without another word. Sullivan turns to me, complete personality flip. Rage gone, replaced by desperate pleading. Russell, I'm sorry. We screwed up bad. Need you on a plane to Washington tonight. I'll authorize business class, 50% salary bonus, whatever it takes. 6 months ago, this would have been Christmas morning. But 6 months ago, I hadn't spent 3 months counting toilet paper. 6 months ago, I hadn't been called a thief in front of people who knew better. I reach into my toolbox, pull out a sealed envelope. Had it ready for weeks, wrote it the day Jordan assigned me to inventory duty. Slide it across the table. What's this? Sullivan asks. My resignation. Effective now? Russell, no, can't lose you. We're hemorrhaging money. You're the only one who can stop it. I am, I agree. And that makes me pretty valuable. Thing about legacy employees. Eventually we become history. You wanted to modernize, cut dead weight, move past the old ways. I stand up, smooth my shirt, giving you exactly what you asked for. Name your price, Sullivan says, standing too. Double salary, triple, company, car, whatever. I look at him. First time in months. Feel like I can breathe again. My price was respect, and that's not something you can buy back once you've thrown it away. The penalties, Kevin gasps. Russell, we might not make payroll if this drags out. Then maybe ask Madison to YouTube how to crack a bank vault, I say. Heard she's real good with digital solutions. Head for the door. Russell! Sullivan shouts. Can't just abandon us. I stop, hand on the doorknob. Not abandoning you, leaving you exactly where Jordan put you. Just refusing to be the one who digs you out. Walk straight to my desk, don't pack much. Photo of my family, my army coin, coffee mug my grandson made me. USB drive labeled insurance. Danny comes over. Russell, saw Jordan leave with security. What happened? Moving on, kid. Where are you going? Washington, I say. For the clearance? Nope. I laugh, surprised how good it feels. For the Air and Space Museum. Always wanted to see those fighter jets without watching the clock. Take the elevator down, head straight to the airport. Bags already packed in my truck, been ready for days. Knew this moment was coming. Destination? Ticket agent asks. DC. One way. Economy or first class? First class. Hand over my personal card. After 25 years of banking vacation days and living careful, I can afford the whole damn airline. Flight smooth. Real bourbon, window seat, watched the world get smaller. Phone buzzes constantly. Sullivan begging, offering more money each text. I read them, delete them, order another drink. Text from Sullivan. Russell, please. $3,000 hour consulting. Just need the code. I think about that safety deposit box, sitting there waiting. Could go tomorrow, get the key, save their bacon, make more in one day than I used to in 6 months. But then I remember Jordan's smirk, the fat trimming presentation, the silence when I got destroyed, counting inventory like some kind of punishment. Eventually, I might help them. I'm still a professional, and Danny doesn't deserve to lose his job over this mess. Probably negotiate something that sets me up for life. But not today. Definitely not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm sleeping in, hitting the Smithsonian, maybe the Vietnam Memorial. Gonna eat a real breakfast somewhere, read the paper, watch people hurry to jobs they hate. Pick up my phone one last time. Type. Consultation rate, $5,000, hour, 80-hour minimum. Paid up front. Available next week. Until then, I'm on vacation. Hit send, turn off the phone, watch city lights below. Somewhere a clearance sits expired. Somewhere a boardroom's in chaos. Somewhere Jordan's explaining why he's unemployed. But up here, everything's running smooth. Raise my glass to the empty seat next to me. For the first time in 25 years, actually enjoying my trip to Washington. Sometimes the most expensive lesson a company learns is that experience isn't just about time served. It's about knowledge you can't replace. And once you've thrown that knowledge away, getting it back costs more than you ever imagined.